The Parliament of Knives. Chapter 1. This is a different author, by the way. And chat's going to be impossible to see. There you go. In my opinion, that's, like, good enough. Because you don't need all of the screen. Chapter 1. Incursion. I extended a hand to the rabble in the spirit of friendship and tolerance. Such forward thinking always foments dissent, as I might have learned by studying the mistakes of my mentor in the glory days of London before Mithras's return. Modern mortals have a saying for this: no good deed goes unpunished. From the journals of Arundel, Prince of Ottawa. I would like... Right. Is that better? This is a choose your own adventure game, yes. And they're good. Like, they're really good. That's the best thing about them. They're vampire choose your own adventure games and they're really good. And I really enjoyed Night Road quite a lot. It's, like, apparently the best. But this is Parliament of Knives. It's also pretty damn good. I haven't played it yet. We're just doing a little bit of voice acting practice. And a little bit of just, like, enjoying the mood, sort of. Which is why we've got, like, background music and that's it. There's blood beneath your fingernails, remnants of an utterly ritual that has somehow become routine. Your hunger stirs deep within, lured by the scent, but you cast it from your mind. There are more important matters afoot. A full moon casts its ruddy blessing on the blood hunt, spiriting your band of assassins through long cast shadows among the irregular peaks and valleys of an unattended construction site. You lance through the night, a deadly arrow seeking the heart of a vampire you'd heard much of but never knew. Robert Ward, defected from the high society of Ottawa's Camarilla elite to endure in the filth among the clanless and anarchs. Long years of leisure befitting your rank have left your survival skills blunted, but the thrill of the hunt has brought old instincts once thought forgotten back to the surface, seething with untapped potential. You know this to be true. You can feel it in your bones, but one siren song calls above all others, driving you to distraction. There's blood beneath your fingernails. Pay attention to chat, Loxy. Your feeding before the hunt had been a hurried one, and you'd left your victim dazed as you dabbed your mouth. Willow asked, could I read it with a Scottish accent? I'm really hoping someone gives me something else or relieves me from the accent burden. Street Thief of London. Okay. Your feeding before the hunt had been a hurried one, and you'd left your victim dazed as you dabbled your mouth, Sheriff Quee impatiently ushering you to join his motley band of kindred immortal mercenaries for the hunt. The smell of blood on your fingertips conjures images of the mortal shivering while you slaked your thirst, their wide doe eyes glassy and empty of concern. In the decades since your embrace, you've distanced yourself from the horror of your nightly existence, not the least of which was divorcing yourself entirely from the indelicate art of finding your own victims. Too Australian. Fuck. Okay, yeah, it was very Australian. Okay. It's thinking lower class England, so it went Australian. What a surprise. I'm just going to move the chat box a little lower down. I mean, I would if it wasn't locked. Boop. Force behind the words. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's do that. My proximity to Prince Arundel and his seneschal, my sire, Aidan Corliss, affords me only the finest meals, dining on drink and drug-addled mortal elite. Hey, fuck you. While they may have always kept you at arm's length, Prince Arundel and Seneschal Corliss seem to delight in sharing their guilty pleasure of feasting on the well-moneyed. Such wealthy socialites regularly overindulge on wine and narcotics, making them easy prey when mingling with the upper crust of mortal society. Over the years, you managed to convince yourself that There was nothing inherently wrong or unnatural about the act of feeding on the blood of the living, but a small part of you, one that still remembers a time when your heart beat within your chest, cries out with every opportunity to remind you that you are damned. As with many other kindred, you'd kept your original name and aspects of your mortal identity. Whether it was a subconscious effort to anchor your new existence in a bedrock of a memorialized humanity or simple nostalgia, you cannot say for sure. But it fits you, and it is yours alone. What name tethers this unlife to a life once lived? Silas. Fuck. Okay. He had a family name once, though it was rarely used, and part of you still clings to his memory. More. Moonlight glints off shards of broken glass as you creep along the length of a slowly decaying brick wall. An extended arm, the construction crew's crane shielding your party in its brooding shadow. The sound of your footsteps is masked by the rushing water of the nearby hydroelectric dam, straining the waters of Chaudière Falls. Sheriff Key's mortal mercenaries are arrayed like a shield around their masters in a wedge of jet black body armor and bristling semi-automatic rifles. They seem on edge tonight, professional, competent as always, but there's something in their eyes that betrays uncertainty. Oh, fuck yeah. Ahead of you, Bouchard raises a long, gnarled hand in warning, and you stop in your tracks. Like all kindred of Clan Nosferatu, Bouchard's appearance is monstrous and inhuman. Even his facial features are twisted and misshapen. He turns and raises a finger to his lips. A massive pus-filled boil. Into stupid bi-vampire. I know who you're talking about. I'll show you what that actually looks like. He turns and raises his finger to his lips. Massive pus-filled boil stretching the skin impressively below the first knuckle. Part of you wonders if the old vampire misses the nightlife of the ground, enjoyed by the majority of kindred not afflicted by Nosferatu's curse. No, I can't. There's no way. But I will try. You see, Wazanax have set up a perimeter. He gestures at the shattered carcass of a long-abandoned factory not far ahead, and you catch a brief glimpse of movement, which cut around, over the rubble. Even his whispers grate and gurgle like the depths of the sewer. They weren't supposed to know they were coming, Silas. Jonathan pipes up from behind you, taking advantage of the moment to tie whisks of messy red hair in an impromptu hop knot. She may not care what is too much for me, but Caldus is your sire. She should have been more certain before sending us in. I'm getting a bad read on this one. Yeah, like, it's real hard. It's real hard. I bet they're going to do heaps of takes for him. Eden Corliss is acting seneschal of the city, second in command to Prince Arundel himself, and also your sire, the vampire who embraced you as a mortal and brought you into the hidden world of the kindred. Hilarity, cleric. Every vampire is reborn into a bloodline that some scholars and cultists believe to be a direct lineage leading back to a progenitor of the biblical age, Cain himself. Clans have formed around these bloodlines, each possessed of certain gifts. These abilities are passed from sire to child, always marginally diluted the further their generation is removed from the clan's founder. You didn't choose the clan you were brought into, but you adapted well enough over the decades. Fuck. Hey, Emra. Mastering the disciplines of your clan to the best of your ability. Corliss has seemed pleased with your progress, and when Corliss is pleased, you slumber more soundly. The effects of these disciplines may now be read on your stats page. If you're unfamiliar with Vampire, the Masquerade, you may want to examine them before making your choice below. I am of Clan Ventry, precise and businesslike, intelligent, strong, and intimidating. Disciplines dominate fortitude, presence. Blue Bloods, the other clans, call you and your own, at least when your backs are turned, and they can be sure none of you are listening in. Eden Corliss has groomed you for a high-ranking position since the moment. Oh, yeah. Entry. Oh, come on. Are we going to keep this up for the entire game? Probably not. We have 8 minutes left. Like, we're having fun. Hey, wait, you want clicks? Is that a thing? Alright, hold on. Watch, what do you want me to do? Oh, it's just telling me I spent money. Okay. Eden Corliss has groomed you for a high-ranking position since the moment she drained your life from your mortal body. She was as strict in her discipline as she was stoic when meting out punishments for failure. As her child, your behavior reflects on her capabilities, and failure is simply not an option. No, one at a time, but I will do Valley Girl for you. Silas, Jordan ask, watching you like quizzically. Sheriff Key has paused behind Bouchard to watch you in obvious impatience. Jordan was right, of course. Your sire surely did her homework before sending you out here, and she's put too much work into you to send her into a trap unawares. That can only mean something has changed and the Anarchs are on the move, perhaps making some kind of power play. It's up to your band to stop them before they threaten your prince's domain during his absence. You shake your head and try to focus on the matters at hand. We might not be able to take them head on if they got in the entrance, you whisper, index finger tracing the curved trigger of your Desert Eagle. A gift from Corliss that you've only recently reacquainted yourself with? Okay, Shatner Valley Girl? Alright, the gun feels alien in your grip, but you're certain that your training will kick in if it comes to that. Our briefings at the wards quarters were in the back end of the factory. Turn into fucking Christopher Walken. How did that happen? Maybe we could cut around. Key motions for the rest of you to shrink as far back into the shadows as possible, while our path forward is deliberated. You should. I've never been to the California Napa Valley. Scottish Valley Girl. Like, queer motions for the rest of you to shrink down as far back into the shadows as possible, while a path forward is deliberated. He sets down a heavy gasoline can, and you could, hear the liquid sloshing back and forth, yearning to be set alight. Long black hair frames the eagerness on his face. Queer would be considered good-looking as Nosferatu would go, but then there's something unsettling about him by mortal standards. Something impossible to place a finger on. And so, I'm like, key motions for the rest of you to shrink down far back. Wait, fuck, that's the paragraph I just read. So, I'm not sure if I agree with your sentiment, Silas, he says. There are a dozen of us plus our mercenaries, and there should be less than 6 of them. Even in a worst-case scenario, sentries or no, he says, lips pursed thinly in thought. But, you're right that we might be better served taking an alternate route. Tells me to say burger. Burger. There you go. That's a key phrase for Valley Girl, right? Like burger. Couple secs. Gonna make you a present. Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah, come on. Where are you? Alright, that'll take more time. Well, like, that's the thing. That's essentially what I said, right? I said, couple secs, like, give me a couple of seconds. I'm going to make you a present. I was going to make a new command or something in the point store. This point store. Like this one. This one. Of, like, do the next thing in an accent. I will fiddle with that off camera. For some fucking reason, I'm going to give you all the ability to give me a random accent to do. And we'll see how that goes. Anyway, what we do in the shadows is the next best vampire New Zealand accent. Ah, Loxy might kill me. Or her husband might. Not to give up the ghost too much, but like that's possible. It's been a long time since I've seen the movie. I'm not sure if I agree with your sentiment, Silas, he says. There are a dozen of us, plus mercenaries, and there should be less than 6 of them, even in the worst case scenario, sentries or no. He says, lips pursed thinly in thought. But you're right, that we might be better served taking an alternate route. That's not quite working. Simpsons meme about Valley Girls and Scots. Jesus. She's not even a Kiwi accent. Two of you, you're oh my god. Now I get to me. Very good. Wow, both of you. Fuck. You're on a roll. You're off on your own world, having a time. Destroying wood will be significantly more difficult with that element of surprise. You haven't met him before. Trust me when I say that, like most of the rabble, he's not to be trifled with. And don't forget the most important thing. Once he's incapacitated, we'll need to fire do the rest. There's no way that's coming back. Oh, you're doing great, Emma. Gee. Once the sheriff has finished speaking, one of your party pushes forward from behind to address you. It's Luca, moonlight glinting off inquisitive eyes, narrated with worry. The elder child of Corliss, she's recently returned from overseas, as she managed your mutual sire's business interests. Despite you barely knowing each other, she's taken to you with what seems like genuine enthusiasm, greeting you like a long-absent sibling. She uses long, lacquered fingernails to sweep a length of fine brown hair away from her cheek. She'd arrived for the raid dressed in a fashion more suitable for business. I am Groot. 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 I am okay. That's it. Middle class city living Australian. I wonder how difficult this could be. I've run the numbers, she says in a barely audible whisper. The intelligence reports show that there shouldn't be more than 6 anarchs in the city at the moment. All the others we've been tracking have shown their faces around Montreal within the last few nights. They could have made their way here by now, at least in theory, but my eyes and ears in Quebec are certain that they haven't left. That settles it then. That was too hard? Oh, damn. Well, such a shame we're out of time then, huh? Oh. Fuck, that was weird. Good job, everybody. That was very weird. Time to wrap up, huh? Okay, so, quick reminder. I'm not going to be here Wednesday night. I'm going to have a night off. I'm going to go have dinner with friends. Which means no Final Fantasy 8 for you. Even though I've been doing grinding. I've killed a bunch of things to get cards. But tonight we finished Crisis Core and you should be proud of yourself and each other and everyone in the VODs and everyone who tuned in to watch and everyone who shouted things at the sidelines. We love it. And good fun. It's always fun hanging out with all of you. And I am looking forward to seeing you Monday, where we will have the exclamation of Hobbs Barrow. Yep. How dare you? The urge to get something out of the drawer to show off on camera. It's not very subtle of me. Anyway, it's been fun. It's always fun. Remember to tell your friends and people about the fun we have here tonight and the things we explore together and the enjoyment we have as a team. Also remember to tell the people you love that you love them very much.